Hey there, this is Nirvana and we are in day 48. Yesterday we built a middle level AI agent, right? A voice agent to be specific. And today I said we're going to build something different, something a little bit interesting. Now, this is something you'd have been seeing around, but you want to understand more and you know how to approach this. So this is a middle level agent that is what I call middle level agent, specified agent that does just one particular thing. We used a voice agent yesterday. Today we want to build an app. We want to build a software or a web app of some sort. Now the software we are going to use is Lovable. One thing I need you to understand is that these platforms are just tools. These are things that you could probably replicate in other softwares, other services. There are things that are built on top of an LLM. It's what we call like an AI wrapper. It basically serves just one purpose. Because the way I see it, the way it has been built is it has been prompted to also just deliver one particular solution. Now in this case, what we want to build is a software. How do we build this? We want to build some sort of intro level software. What I mean is that this is something that you'll be able to see, be able to interact with, and it's going to be in the form of a web app. There's a lot to explain, but I believe we're going to have time to do that. And I also believe for you to get to this point, you are someone who should understand a lot of things. What I mean here is that there are web apps and there are apps as well. There are mobile apps, there are desktop apps, there are several types of apps. But the one we want to build right now is a web app, something that exists on the web, right? So, and we're going to make use of Lovable. Lovable as alternatives. An example also is replit, which we have replit here. And we have various other platforms like this. I believe Boat is also one. Yes, this is one. There are several platforms like this, right? Now, all these platforms, as you see them, you're actually interacting with something that is standing an LLM. That is how it is. Now, this, you're interacting with something that is also like the way the voice agent is, which the role of the voice agent is to talk, right? You build something, you build the back end, and the main purpose is meant to interact with your leads, with your customers, with your clients, and it's going to go on call with them. Now, this is not built to talk. This is built to also build as well. Now, you can see, you can just type in anything. You can ask it to create a landing page for you. Gone are the days where you manually have to build using no-code tools, or back in the days when you have to use code by yourself. You have to type in every code and build something. You can also do that on platforms like Lovable, Replit, and also Boat AI as well. All you need to do is to sign in. You can sign in. And one thing I need you to understand when approaching tools like this is that tools are actually replaceable. Yes, you can find alternatives out there. You can even build one yourself. If you have the capability to do this, you can also do this yourself. Though it will require a lot of resources from you. But these are things that you could find something similar in other platforms as well. Same thing we could also do on Lovable. We could do similar here and similar here. There are even more that are even more advanced. All these are going to be, we're going to be talking about them in the high level agents when we get to that point. But for this, it's just, let's just test run something. Let's build something very simple. And before we do that, I want to tell you why I started this. We are in day 48, right? We started from the first day, which was addressing prompt engineering, and we are going to the 60th day, which is going to be addressing agentic systems, basically. So why I decided to start this is because I realized that there's a lot of hype online, and there's no a well-detailed course like this or series like this that anyone could watch and learn and understand fully the core aspects of AI, and to have a path forward where you get to realize that, okay, these are actually simple things you need to know as foundation to be able to build something bigger. So we're going for something bigger, basically, but you need all this knowledge. You need to understand how these things work. You need to understand how to approach these tools before you get to do something else, or before you decide to focus on one aspect in AI. So this part is a lot of people use these apps. I've used Lovable in the past. I've also used Replit, though I've not used this personally, but I've used this too. and I've built a couple of things here. So let's just interact with this itself. Let's log in with this, and okay, so I'm meant to sign in now, though you might probably not be able to see this. It wants to sign in with my Google account, and I should be in. Okay, all right, so okay, still authenticating. Yes, that should be in now. All right, so you can see that I've not done much, to be honest. Oh, okay, so I have this. All right, so it's been a while since I've interacted with this particular service, and no recent project. You can see all projects. Do I still have my old projects? So you can see I built this. That was 25. This was May. I was targeting some businesses back then. This is solar business, real estate. This. Okay, I probably need to get this off. Shit. Anyway, so this was what I was using for outreach one particular time, where I was using to showcase, a couple of businesses, how I was going to build their website and everything. And I'm going to show you how you can do something similar this time around. Now, as we normally do, I prepared a resource guide we could follow, and I explained a couple of things. In any case, you need to check through that. What we are building today, we're going to build a lead intake app, and the main purpose of this, what it's going to do is that, one thing you need to know is that every time that you have someone that is interested, interested in your product or your services, most of the time you need someone to face this kind of interaction. You need them to probably just meet. You need a way to collect their details, right? You need a way to collect their details, and right from there, after collecting their details, you'll be able to meet up with them. But you need to present yourself better, right? That was what I also did here. I built just a site. I had to present myself by building something like this, so as to show them they can present themselves as well. They can present themselves as well to their own customers as well. You can see what I built back then. So I did this. It was just a very simple thing, and just a couple of prompts together, and we came up with this. Anyway, so that is the main reason why we are building this as well. We need a lead intake app where people can come through there. They can sign in the same way I do have my website, which is NirvanaXJude.com. And when you check it, you see a couple of things and a way to direct you to go in, secure funding, and various other things. You also need a way here as well to also collect leads, right? So that's what we're going to be building now. And we're going to link that to any scenario or an automation on make.com as well. So these are things that are possible. It's possible for you to have that set up as your website. If you do not have a website right now, you can have that set up as your website. That's the place your client is going to interact with, or your users or your leads are going to interact with. Right from there, you are going to get their lead details right into your receptionist, the ones we've been building all this while on make.com. Now that means you do not have to necessarily send a tally lead intake form like this to your clients, because if this doesn't work to standard to you, if you see that this is quite simple, and I actually love this, I could use this anytime. However, there is a way you have to present yourself as well sometimes, and that might require you to build something like this, and people have people get their own free stuff. When they click on that, they will enter another page and all. I didn't build too much there. I remember I didn't build too much. This is meant to enter a different page. So let's see if we can actually preview. Okay, we can preview here. Let's see if we can check it from here. Okay, let's see, get free quotes. It's heading nowhere. I believe there was a place I was sending them to. Yes, okay, it's just that button that's working now. So you can see this. I connected with my Go High Level account. This is from Go High Level. I just connected this together. I used it as a test run to show solar businesses how I could also build their own sites, and I could do all this for them and everything. So there's a lot of things you can actually do when you build something like this. Like what I did, I showed a client this, and yeah, it actually came out well. The results came out well. I was able to interact with a lot of solar businesses through this. So I used this to show them I can build a website for you and all. So anyway, let's go back to what we have here. So I have a prompt here that we can use, and that is basically what we need. So let's create a new project, and we send this in build. There are various other things. There's plan, there's build, make changes directly. Let's just build something very simple here. So this Lovable, replit, and various other platforms are actually types of middle level agents as well, because you can basically consider them as what we call them AI wrappers. They are just standing in between LLMs and us as well, but they are specific for just one particular service. So the same thing applies here, the same thing applies to that's VAPI, the same thing applies to this and various other AI wrappers as well. So you can see it this way. What else are we doing? It's still loading, so I'm probably going to resume right after it's done. Okay, let's just click this. Okay, it's setting things up actually. It's building a couple of things, packages, and input, label, select. This will take a while. So while we do that, let's go through this together. So whatever you also put in, this is just requiring prompts. You can see that we're getting to the level where we're having to chat, we're having to communicate with our agents, this time a middle level agent or our middle level agent, using chats most of the time. You can see that is where we're getting to, and it's going to get more serious once we get to other level. So what you're basically doing is that this is a car, right? This is something that is going to send you to a particular destination. Now you as the human, you need to steer the car to the right path. That is basically what you prompting this is doing. So you've given it a direction, you've said everything you want to do. You want to build a lead intake page for a lead generation agency, and it's going to have all this clean this, drop down, blah blah blah. It has all these things together, and once you build that, you can see we have something already in place now. We have something good here. This is nice. This is nice. This is exactly what we also have from this as well, though we have some little touches left and right. We still have a budget range, and that's going to be in form of a drop down. So it's done building. Now we can connect form to API. You can see that there are a lot of things that are actually possible here. See, you have all these in place already. What we were using Tally for, we have every single one of them here. Name, email, estimated budget, and what you need help on. Now the simple thing around this is that you could publish this and it's working. Yes, you could have this, go test this, and just add a webhook. You can create a webhook on make.com. Just create a scenario. Let's create something very small, and you know how we create webhooks, right? And you add it right inside here, connect every single thing. Though when you do this, you need to be aware of a couple of things which I'm going to mention very soon. Let's connect a webhook, right? So webhook built-in, custom webhook, and we have something, but let's just create a new one by ourselves, and let's call this Lovable form intake. Okay, so we have this. We can create this. Right after that, just copy this, save this. Data structure not determined yet. Okay, well, there's nothing we know yet, so let's just have this connected earlier. You can cancel this, so we can have this now connect with this webhook. Okay, I'm on caps with this webhook and this. So while we are connecting this, I want you to be aware of something. On Lovable, that was last year, that was 2025 when I was using this, and I am not sure if it's still the same thing. But if you're on a free plan, you need to know that it might be a little bit hard for you to not have this public. What I mean is that people will be able to see what you used to build this. I don't know if it's still the same. Let's check Lovable. Okay, .dev pricing plan. So you can see the pricing plan for Lovable now. A lot of things have changed. So this is still building. There's the switching to validator, blah blah blah. What it's basically doing here is basically just creating some code at the back end. Just creating this code to ensure that your webhook and everything is going to be in place. So that's just what it's doing. You can see these codes here. You can see everything is doing here. See thought tests. Let's start from here. Okay, I'm going to create you can see the thoughts as well. You can see, let's see, edited, created. So anyway, that is basically what it's doing. So you need to be aware that this is not just magically creating something out of thin air. It has to write the code for you. That is what Lovable is basically doing here. So the same thing applies to all these other platforms. Interestingly, for me, I prefer replit. Back then, I don't know if it's still the same thing because I've not really using these platforms all this while. So you can create a website, mobile. Wow, okay. Well, I knew that was possible. But well, slide, animation, various other things, and that's very nice. Spreadsheets. So you can see that you can use it to do even more. You can create a game, you can build a game, and you can do many more things here. Agent 4. I think I heard about Agent 4. Anyway, you can see the pro plan is this, the business plan is this. Remove the Lovable badge. There are some limitations to you having a free plan. That is one thing you need to know. So one thing is that you cannot add your domain to this without paying for it. And also they had this Lovable community dashboard or something where people could clone what someone else has built as well. So, and yeah, I guess that should still remain the same as well. So it's currently testing the webhook. I don't know if it is it sending anything here? Let's see if it's sending anything. Listening, it's not sending anything. So we could okay, I think it's almost done. And anyway, so before we get that done, let's just look through all this. If you are going to use this, I'll tell you to first go with the free plan. You try to understand what you are building or what you want to build before you even do anything in the first place. Now what this is doing is something similar no code tools are now doing, and tools like Wix. If you're familiar with these platforms, Wix, I don't know if Lovable, if Webflow has an AI feature right now, because I've also not used Webflow for quite a while. So all these platforms, I've not really gone through them because I've been doing a lot of other things elsewhere. So your lead form is now connected to your make.com webhook, blah blah blah. So we have all this connected. Now let's test it. You can see that we have free credit remaining today. So you have a limit to what you can build, but we've built everything we want, right? So let's just go back to testing and see it live. Let's preview this. Cancel this out. So you should know the plan you are going for, and if you are going to use this. 6 values detected. You can see this. So we have this in place. It's connected now, meaning we can submit anything here. Let's start from this. Let's use this, and let's pick one. And well, I need help, man. All right. So enter this, and yeah, we have this now, and let's check. So we are going to run this, and we're going to use existing data. So you can see what we have here. Everything is in. So that means what? You can build something simple for yourself here, and that's if you do consider using Lovable. And remember, you can use other platforms as well. It's quite okay. So you can build something big, something you could have been having a lot of ideas. You want to build this, you want to build that. Yes, it is possible. It's entirely possible using this kind of platform. There are several other things that you can consider. I remember back then I wanted to get access as well. There are several platforms that you can see. Let me see if they do have some things like that. Documentation, that's doc. If they still have that, we should be able to okay, go to home. I want to check, is it called resources now? Okay, it was doc then, resources. So let's check resources. Yes, so these are the examples of what others have built in the past and what you can also up in as well. You can search, dashboard, search. Okay, I am trying to get something right here, not even all this. All these are not my concern right now. My main concern is this. Okay, it's bringing me back here. I really need to get access to the fact that they didn't make this easily accessible is crazy. Settings. Okay, so let's see. Knowledge MCPs. This should, yeah, I'm looking for something like this. Connectors. Okay, so these connectors, yes, this is what we need. So you can see you can connect to various platforms here. Your Shopify, that's if you want to build a Shopify store or anything. Recent email API for developers, even your Gmail. There are various things you can do here, even your Telegram as well. So you can see there's a lot of possibilities using a middle level agent like this. You can just search. There's a lot of things here, and it should be enough for you to build whatever you want to build. At least if you're not building something that is on a scale of text as well. So all these are manageable, though you might probably have to pay for some of this separately. Aside from all these Gmails, these free platforms, you might have to pay for something like this, and various other ones as well. So yeah, so that is an example of a middle level agent, and you can see we've built something that actually works, and we can access all this right here, connect it to our existing scenario, all the things we built as well. We can connect them there. Let's just look for a scenario here. So we can connect this. Let's connect this to our digital receptionist. We could connect this here, save it, and yeah, as simple as that. So you could also bring it directly into it rather than having to do something like this. But this is faster now. I mean, I created something very fast and I can connect it to that particular scenario. So it will be getting the leads right from here instead, and it will be sending them here, which you just pass through here directly. We're good to go. So this is how your middle level agent works. We've done the voice agent, we've done this one that builds apps or softwares. Honestly, the sky is your limit. Even the sky is not your limit anyway. But you do understand what I'm saying. You can build a lot of things. These are just examples. There are various other platforms out there that does various things. There are some that also, what they do is they convert your speech into text as well. I'm currently using one, and I use it for what I do every single day. So you can check on this. I would always talk about this every single place I go. This was built by a friend of mine. So this, you can also use this rather than it being a web app, you can use this right inside your desktop. So I'm using this on my Mac at the moment, and this is what I use every single day. So there are various platforms like this, and we're going to be building them. We're going to build something similar to all this, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be a very fun time for us. Let me say before we end day 60. So yeah, there's a lot of things we're going to do here, and I'll be happy to see what you're also going to come up with as well. Lovable form intake. All right, so that's for middle level agents. And let's see, I didn't add anything, but I'm pretty sure that you probably have an idea. You want to build this, you want to build something interesting. This is something you can actually do right off here. So once again, the sky is your limit. Go and build something. Test run Lovable, test replit as well, and both.new also. Test these platforms, see how they work. Try to work around their resources or their documentations and the rest, and you really enjoy building things there. So alright, I'll see you on day 49, which we are going to just talk about the middle level agents generally, and also when to use it, why to use it, and when to also build something similar for yourself as well. Alright, we're going to be seeing tomorrow.